deeply humbled by our invitees, authorities, so on, that come to our gathering. We have people from over 50 countries here. And this is the moment when we practice what we preach. And what we preach is accountability, and the Assembly of Social Watch is when we become accountable about what we have done, instead of doing what we like to do, which is hold the government and authorities and everybody else accountable. So the Vice President doesn't need to be very nervous, because this is about our own accountability, this assembly. We are not going to corner him now, but that doesn't say much about what the Ghanaian coalition is going to do. But we believe that accountability precisely is for governments to their own citizens, and not to other forces, of which there are many. Accountability to what? What is what we have in common around which we can make our leaders accountable? And the answer, or around which Social Watch was created, is two documents that were agreed by the governments of the world in 1995 in the summits of Copenhagen and Beijing, where the governments of the world said that poverty will be eradicated from the world and that gender equality will be achieved. Now that's a high standard, that's a high progress. And it was also said and demonstrated that it is possible to do so, and that one and the other are related. Later on in the year 2000, those simple formulations were given targets and goals and so on for the year 2015, which is around the corner in the so-called MDGs. But ultimately, those very same goals were already formulated 60 years ago in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights in 1948, where it is said that dignity for all, for each and every human being on the planet, needs to be achieved, and it's the legal imperative of all governments to promote, protect, and implement those rights that constitute the basis of human dignity. Now, do we believe those papers have any value, any force, any usefulness at all in the world we live, when we daily see how they are being ignored and violated? Well, 10 years after the signature of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, based on the concept that dignity for all was making colonial rule completely unacceptable, in this very country became the first African country to rid itself from colonial rule in 1958, led by Kwame Nkrumah, who this year would have been 100 years old. So it's, I think, an important moment to get inspiration from what generations previous to us achieved, which was deemed as impossible.